富贵，中央人民政府今天胜利了。
但是你们难道
刚才也问我啊，我可以回半点去，无可奉告。我也不高兴。
哎，什么叫中国共产党啊？党叫干啥就干啥。
黑夜即将到，一定要做好准备。
是。
干死共产党！不干死共产党，绝不罢休！
消灭中共是正义的需要。
Hi, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Exposing the CCP. Good to see you again. And today we're going to continue to discuss some topics related to CCP and some colluders inside the United States. And good to see you, Mr. True, and also Chris.
Hello, Z. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our program. We're going to continue to take down the CCP. Thank you.
Hi everyone, and I'm happy that Z is back, and I'm happy to be on the show again tonight. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. There are a lot of interesting news regarding Miles Guo's and a bunch of other stuff. And today we're going to focus on something earlier regarding the very famous or infamous the Biden laptop. And hopefully everybody still remember at the end of 2020, right before election, there was a lot of discussions and about the Hunter Biden and his family relation to the Chinese Communist Party. And NFC and also Miles Guo have led some initiatives to expose some of the connections. But this truth was defamed by Miranda, who is a media working for New York Post recently, publicly. And we're going to try to show some truth, and hopefully, and you can watch the following video, and we'll be right back for discussion in details.
Hunter Biden's celebratory post followed Miles Guo's 30-year sentence. He tied Guo to Laptop from Hell, Bannon, and Mar-a-Lago. That tweet is revealing. Right-wing, Trump, Bannon, fraud. The tactic was clear. Turn an anti-CCP dissident into a partisan villain so Americans forget who he really fought, the CCP. Guo founded GTV because big tech, protecting Beijing's interests, deplatformed and censored him and his followers. In September 2020, GTV first exposed Biden-Beijing corruption and the laptop material. Then came the SEC investigation. Court records showed the CCP coerced investors to file false complaints against GTV. The result? Regulatory action, frozen accounts, a cease and desist order, and later, the SDNY fraud case. The pattern screams CCP operatives, American collaborators, and a weaponized U.S. system moving as one to silence Guo. Americans deserve answers. What did the Bidens give Beijing? What did Beijing give back? Who did Hunter meet at Pangu Hotel, and what did he do there? Hunter Biden's tweet exposed what the case against Guo was really about.
Okay, now finish everything. So it is probably known there were some connections between the Biden family and the Chinese Communist Party. We probably remember when Obama was the president at that time, Biden actually led a team to visit China and actually met with at that time Vice President Xi. During that time, they had some, I don't know, a few hours long conversations and seems to be happy, but there actually wasn't follow up regarding their true connections, and Miles Guo helped expose that. And that's the history we really back in about 10 years ago. Maybe Chris, I know you have some informations maybe you can share with us regarding the background about this video and the Biden's laptop history.
Oh, okay. I'm an investor in GTV. I invested in GTV back then because I believe it was a platform for freedom of speech, one that allows people to exchange the truth and work towards take down the CCP. Facts have proven that GTV is indeed such a platform. This is also why the CCP, along with the American selling traders and the dark forces operating in the United States, have gone all out to shut down GTV. Before the 2020 US presidential election, the most important information exposed on the GTV and G News platform that year was evidence of America's selling traitors Biden and the Biden family colluding with the CCP in corruption, betraying both the Chinese people and the American people. The platform contains complete email, photos, business documents, video, and the contract. The contract even bore Hunter Biden's signature, forming a complete chain of evidence. Hunter Biden, through the middleman Lin Junliang, arranged the connection. In December 2013, Hunter Biden flew abroad Air Force Two with his father, then Vice President Joe Biden, during an official visit to Beijing. While in Beijing, he met with CCP leader Xi Jinping, and as well as BHR's Chinese business partner, Jonathan Lee. He then colluded with the CCP by establishing the company Bohai Huamei. BHR's business license was approved shortly after this visit. Bohai Harvest RST Equity Investment Fund Management, or Ltd, commonly known as BHR Partners, was jointly founded in 2013 by China's Bohai Industrial Investment Fund and the American firm Rosemont Seneca Partners. Rosemont Seneca Partners is a company co-founded by Hunter Biden. And the video raises four very critical questions. What did the Bidens give Beijing? What did Beijing give back? Who did Hunter Biden meet at the Pangu Hotel? And what did he do there? The answer is that Biden allows the CCP to infiltrate the United States through various methods, such as fentanyl, Black Lives Matter, and socialism. He also sold secrets to the CCP, including the list of CIA informants in China. In return, the CCP provided the Biden family with money, women, and underage children for their enjoyment, using the so-called blue, gold, yellow tactics. Hunter Biden met Xi Jinping and CCP's Bohai Huamei associate at the Pangu Hotel. He also raped underage children provided by the CCP at the Pangu Hotel. This is the extremely dark and brutal truth. Yet, this family was still able to steal the US presidency with the CCP's help through election fraud. Why can Americans tolerate this? Because not enough Americans know the truth. The truth on GTV was censored, and GTV was forced offline through prosecution. This is also proven how deeply the CCP has penetrated the United States. Mainstream media has been infiltrated. Social media platforms have been infiltrated. The Department of Justice has been infiltrated. The FBI and CIA have been infiltrated. Intelligence agencies have been infiltrated. Various government departments have been infiltrated. Congressmen have been infiltrated. Senators have been infiltrated. The US Congress has been infiltrated. Even the US president has been infiltrated. Everyone just think about it. Xi Jinping officially assumed the position of president of the People's Republic of China and chairman of the Central Military Commission at the 12th National People's Congress in March 2013. In less than a year after taking office, Xi Jinping used the blue gold yellow tactics to take down Biden. And in 2020, he successfully helped Biden steal the election and seize the US presidency. This is exactly why Xi Jinping is so confident and arrogant in challenging the United States. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Chris, for doing this background review. I think this is very important. We need to know, what the contribution, what exactly did, like Miranda Devine's attack on Miles Guo, which is wrong. She said she was the first one. Actually, it's not the truth. The truth is Miles Guo, GTV, and NFSC was the first one who exposed this information. There are a lot of, if you search online, although GTV has been shut down because of some other lawsuit issues along with the Miles Guo lawsuit, and it's still, there are a lot of evidence, there's a lot of newses at that time. Even the New York Times, there's a report on how Miles Guo contributed to that. But although it's labeled as a false information by New York Times, but we all know this is this is true. Okay, so now we go to Mr. Truth. What's your opinion on Miles Guo, GTV, and this important information, truth about the Biden laptops?
Thank you, Chris, for your information. It's very, it's very shocking, I must tell you. I remember I was actually also a GTV investor. And that time we have to expose the CCP, including the, the truth later on about the vaccination, and then the CCP, which is the COVID-19 virus as well. Then suddenly the Hunter Biden's laptop come up. That was so shocking. I remember every members were engaged in the festival to review the film, those film. That was so shocking. I mean, this is like like watching the porn in an extremely way. It was just where you see Hunter Biden was I think he was taking some substance while the girls the legs, obviously young ladies or young girls' legs, and so on. So there was so many of pictures as well. So I just wonder, it's been a film. You can see it's not fake. It just shocked me. I never seen anything like that. Then we suddenly find out, there's sort of issues about where the Biden's laptop come from. It was allegedly sort of someone said, "Oh yeah, we got that." Then however, it's a film about in Beijing, and Hunter Biden was there doing those things. So I mean. So that was so long. I remember we have used, each of us bought like a 10 SIM card. Each time we were trying to expose that into Twitter, that time, X. Then after a few times, then we were shut down. So in other words, we're not allowed to blow in the Twitter, obviously. So then Miles Guo come out talking about the story. Just Chris, you just have been talking to us. Basically, it is a mission that Hunt Biden, as vice president, went to Beijing to meet Xi Jinping before just he take off the office. He was the deputy chairman of the Chinese Communist Party, so the second most powerful person in China, and he was nominated, going to become the president Xi, and also chairman Xi as well, and also the chief commander for the PLA, People's Liberation Army. So most powerful man, okay, in on earth, certainly the most powerful man in China. So I remember the film reviewed by Miles Guo, first time talking about how first of all the BGY, okay, and so basically the blue which is about the information, personal information. I mean, that can't be more personal, right? So about the uncensored sexes things and so on. So there's so many. I mean, you just couldn't believe how could the person does all those things. This is the first time for me. I was just shocked. It's and then I think 24 hours a day, the new federal states of China and different farms in different part of the countries. So it was huge big thing. And then in the end, I think I lost the 9th SIM card for me being shut down by the obviously by Twitter at that time. Okay, and then so many of others of our members of New Federal State China. But what we're basically getting that is, as Miles Guo exposed, that something bad is going to happen to the United States, and the BGY is done, and then the money has been arranged to exchange the billions, millions, hundreds of millions of dollars through Bohai, okay, Bohai Jinkong, so Bohai Financial Control Corporation, in direct transfer. It might have a different English name, but Bohai, okay, definitely. And then it was said that how much money is to be transferred into it, and then how much share it is, and so on. So those things, actually, the company that the Miles Guo mentioned, and so is Chris rated, was a really top CCP controlled investment companies for oil, for petroleum. Okay, remember. So the money was then transformed through that deals. So you just wonder what Biden would do for Xi. Okay, obviously is as Miles Guo said, that then the U.S. intelligence agency, which has been operating in Beijing against the Chinese communism, all the top guys, including the agent in China, various Chinese government, including military and party intelligence, they all been compromised. And according to Miles Guo, since then, those men and women working very hard trying to get information out of top Chinese by the CCP, they were all shot. I remember one instance, one lady, she is a police, very high-ranking police. She was pregnant, and then they just, give her bullets in the baby and in her, and she was dead. And there's others one that run away. They just on the street, they captured that's the U.S. undercover agent, and just find them and then inject a needle in the neck and dead. There's so many of those brutal deaths executed. Then since then U.S. lost its intelligence of to trying to get information out of the CCP. Those are so many details Miles Guo exposed out, and basically the mission then after being BGY'd, of course. So honey, all these films, it cannot be exposure. But then if it wasn't exposure, then according to my school, then how can we waking up US people to see, hi, you deputy president, later on president, committed trades, okay? So you sort of American sell out, you sold out the secret monetary gains. That is a, that's a death sentence, isn't it? I don't know, but I think you just sold out the Americans. Yes, you are the deputy president, vice president positions, and you get the money, and the mouse go have all the evidence, picture, photos, documents, and you name it. So it takes us, I think, a month. We didn't even finish the first part of it. It's so long, okay? They're all on the video forms. So it's not her say and he say. It's actually, film, very clear. That's all CCP can do, CCP intelligence. Once you think you can get a young lady or have sex in China, in hotels, in Pangu Hotel, which Pangu Hotel is owned by Mao Squad, and in the -4, that's where the Chinese top intelligence agency operate. I think they would have put all the camera where you cannot see anywhere in any room. So if you do any sex, illegal activity, it's all captured by the Chinese intelligence. Okay, like Ma Jian, Fubudang, the deputy minister Ma Jian of Chinese national security, was the boss and operating under the 4th floor. That was so all that information was true. So I don't know where Miles School get that from, but I think we have a lot of, remember, within the CCP, we also have senior members. They don't like the CCP as a system because they're not feel secure. Think about what Xi Jinping doing. They killed most of the top generals, okay? And some political position directors in prison, and the family gone, and the money is all confiscated and become, Xi's family and a few other Wang Qishan's family's monies. So that's what a CCP is. You think you're doing a good deal, you've done a lot of contribution, but then all the money, it has to belongs to your boss. So the top boss now, of course, the Xi Jinping, Wang Qishan, and Zhu Rongji, and even the old guards as well, they come back. So this is a system where you don't want to be in, but the information, the intelligence they have done is very professional. So they know you're going to come to the best hotel, the 7-star hotel, which is Pangu, the only one in China, and everyone live there, United Nations officials and so on. What they have done as well, according to Miles. So as Miles said, once you see what they've done, you can't even eat a meal because it's just so revolting what they've done to the young ladies and the underaged. So I think this is what it is. Okay, you've been BGY, whether you're from United States government agency or you are from Europeans and United Nations. Once you're in China, the first time you've been followed, 24 hours recorded. So you better careful what you do in the Chinese top hotels. I mean, even 4-star, 3-star hotel now, they got a surveillance camera well. But the only thing is, if some young children missing because the organ being harvested, later found, they don't find anything. And you got this Hong Huang Nan, so and the red, okay, yellow and blue kindergarten in Beijing. Okay, those kids, these military generals come and have sex with the kindergarten kids, but then the camera doesn't work. Okay, so only if they doing it, the camera doesn't work. Anyone else do it, camera all works. I think the camera works, right? But they just don't want to show outside the party. So that's the system. I know so many people go to China. I just warn them very carefully. This is 10 years ago. You just don't do anything funny business there. If otherwise, you'll be videoed. When you come back, you have to follow and do what the CCP will tell you to do in somehow. If you don't, they will threaten you to send the video to your wife or to your workers. Then you lost your reputation, and you'll be gone for sure if you don't follow. This is why it's so dangerous. So come back to Hunt Biden case, of course. Hunt Biden and Joe Biden is probably one of the biggest fish, because and they helped in 2020. They helped Biden to win the election. We know that is true. And then Trump lost, but Trump win. But of course, the Dominion machine it's controlled by the CCP. They're doing all the background calculations, and you see one line like that. Then very soon in the end, then Biden's line is like that up. I mean, that's statistically impossible. You can't have that the incongruency in terms of how fast they're calculating the voting tickets, where you suddenly have to take over. Statistically, that doesn't sound right. So it's only thing is someone put some more of voting tickets in favor of Biden, then throw Trump's tickets away in the dump. That has been proven now. So I think this is what just happened. I mean, in about 80 or 100 countries now elected is by CCP's control of Dominion machine. So we have a big job to do to not only take down CCP, but also return justice, and truth into government operations, and especially election systems. That's why the Maduro was actually captured, because he knows a lot of secret. I think you'll see that Maduro will spell out a lot of how he became the president of Venezuela as well. So there's so many stories. However, that I think Miles Guo's contribution into exposure the CCP, cooperatives, and even including U.S. Vice President and then President, a whole lot. So Miles Guo, according to Steve Bannon, and he actually done more than anyone else in the United States, apart from President Trump. So let's take down CCP, free Miles Guo. Thank you. Back to you, Z.
Thank you so much, both of you. I think it's very, very detailed discussion about this event. I think at that time, I remember the 2020 time, when we tried to expose the truth of Hunter Biden, not many people will believe it, because this is like shocking. People think, oh, how can the elite or political elite or so many elite can be so corrupted? But now, as we perceive, especially last few years, we've seen so many detailed information regarding the so-called Epstein files, and you can see that there's a problem. There's really a problem, a big moral gap between the deplorables, the common people, and the so-called elites. And the morale of these elites had been for a long time depraving. And all these pedophiles, or these sex trafficking, or these shocking, many other horrible things is exposed. Not just money. Money is a little thing to them. I mean, Miles have stand, with us. He warned us about the plan, about how corruptive the Chinese Communist Party is, and their collusion with a lot of global financial and political elites, and whatever the Davos Party is doing to Chinese people and the rest of the world. And he even exposed, that's a big life-threatening event. He was the first one exposed the dangers of the CCP virus is a bioweapon by the POA labs, and the vaccine is toxic. So there's so many things that Miles Guo done, and that's probably why he is being defamed or attacked by many people. However, the truth is truth. We're not debating, whether what So we don't know why Miranda suddenly, trying to blame Miles Guo and even falsely claim, he may have some connection with Biden, which is not true. If that's the case, Miles shouldn't have been persecuted by the judicial system here. The problem is the CCP have infiltrated so deeply into the U.S. and he has started warning to the public that the dark will come. The CCP has a long plan to take down the America and the global democracy, even back in 2016, as early as 2016. However, we still see the sad news is happening. Hopefully, more and more common people, we're going to stand together. We're going to expose more truth and fight against the Chinese Communist Party and the depraved elites, so we can get our regular or normal life back. There's so much information. We'll see. Due to the time limiting, we started a bit some technical issues, but we'll continue next time when we have more information to share, and we'll look forward to sharing more information, exposing more truth about the Chinese Communist Party. So we still get a few more minutes, maybe Mr. True and Chris, you have a few more minutes to wrap up, and we start with Mr. True, please.
Thank you, Z, for your sum up. I think our time is almost up, but we know that Miles Guo has been, sentenced to 30 years. It's all to us. We know who Miles Guo is. We know what he has done for lonely people. Wake up, everyone, about the CCP virus. And then the jabs, okay, the vaccination, the lethal vaccination mandate, the hundreds of millions of people being killed or injured or continue suffering from the side effect. And Miles Guo also told us the antidotes, which is the artemisinin and the IV Vectum as well. So it's saved so many lives. But, this is what we're seeing is there is a big fight within the system. Those systems still, not clean in the United States, especially the DOJs and, the judiciary system and so on. So we're going to continue fight to take down the evil CCP and its associate, expose them to truth, to the sunlight, and I'm sure that in the end, justice will be served and CCP will be gone. Thank you for watching, and Chris, please.
What I want to add is that the 5 people the CCP and Xi Jinping fear the most are Mr. Miles Guo, President Trump, Mr. Bannon, Mr. Rudy Giuliani, and Mr. Peter Navarro. These 5 people working together are what the CCP fears the most, especially Mr. Miles Guo. Because Mr. Miles Guo doesn't just understand the CCP, he also holds key CCP secret. And he is not afraid of the CCP. He dares to speak out and tell the truth. And he came to United States specifically to take down the CCP. Thank you.
100%. So let's stand together and fight for Miles Guo and fight to stop the CCP and take it down. Take down CCP. Thank you. I'll see you next time.
Take down the CCP.
Thank you. Take down CCP.